Or and who's that in the middle of the screen? Could it be a special guest? The man, the myth, the newlywed, the commissioner himself. Welcome, George. Any
Hello.
words for Wildcat Nation?
No, I'm just excited to be here. This meeting is sponsored by High Noon. So should you need any,
Let's go.
I heard that Tyrell is Venmoing out $8 to anybody who sends him a text message saying High Noon.
Coming from
Can't
that
wait to get
weekly
all these
high.
tomorrow morning. That's a weekly high text. Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
All right, so diving right into it. I think we shadowed this as the feature matchup last week, and I think we absolutely nailed it. I gotta say, tough loss. I think we said it on the last episode too. If I was gonna lose, I hope you get the weekly high. So there you go.
Spot on, dude. Yeah, team just performed. It was absolutely electric to watch. Thought Seattle was gonna maybe like fuck me over on Monday night. I was like, I just need 3 points, maybe two, and then they blew it out of the water with 29. So nothing to sweat about. I mean, one of
I
the highest scores we've seen.
I was if it was close, I was gonna say that Burrow, while Higgins was still in, was favoring Chase over him, and that was the difference. But man, when the Seahawks outscored the Cowboys, whew,
Yeah, big week.
As a bystander to this game, I would like to throw a flag if anybody in our league mentions top score runs through Tidsbury or whatever one more time, then this league will be dissolved.
I mean, so
score
far
higher.
we're 4 weeks in, and Romeo's got the first two, and I've got the last two. I mean, the high runs through Tisbury, George. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, what a game! I
Just like
think
he did it, folks. You saw it on screen. The league is dissolved. Tyrell did it.
I
Just Thanos just
I
snaps
think
the
what killed
fingers.
me in this one, Nico Collins out of nowhere, huge
You know,
game.
I gotta
And
shout out James Barry on this one because James was like at my throat trying to get a trade on draft day for Nico Collins. He's like, "That's a great pick, Nico Collins." Like ninth or 10th round, he was hyping me up, and I was like, I thought it was a good pick, but this is the first time I'm seeing it really pay out for me.
definitely a weak winner, I'd say. All right, moving on to the next game. We had Travis, my arch rival, and VJ, who has been on a little bit of a tear recently. Kamish, you want to give us your first opinions on this one?
Yeah, I think I think VJ's blowing smoke here. Um, like his team sucks. It is powered by two people and two people only. One of which is like McCaffrey's a god. Like I try to pick him every week, try to trade for him every week. VJ says no. So all we can hope, Tyrell and I were just talking about it, behind the scenes is I hope Christian McCaffrey breaks his ankle. That's the only hope for the league.
For the
If you
good of
if
the
you
order.
remove him, if you remove McCaffrey
Yeah,
from this, then he's not breaking 100. Like the
yeah.
kid is kudos for picking him, I think number one. But other than that, this manager here, VJ, I mean, he's got to do something because he has single digits on almost all of his players.
I'd like to chime in on what this manager did. Now, bear
At
in
the
mind, he is
draft?
3-1. He is 3-1. Well, no, but you can get that one at the draft. But what he did make a move on this week was he did make one of four fucking trades that the Reality Kings, Johnny Sins, Matty Fuller himself made. He traded away Travis Etienne. And he acquired Tank Dell and Mike Evans. So he's really riding hard on Devin Achane, however the fuck you say his name, throwing him in at RB2, and then he's going to have Mike Evans in the flex. So, I mean, does
Well,
that
isn't Mike
help his.
Evans hurt? Mike Evans is hurt and he's on a bye
And
this
he's got
week.
Tank Dell, and he's got Tank Dell. Wait, it says how severe is Mike Evans' injury? I don't know. What's the update here?
That
No real
sounds like an
update.
old computer you're describing when you say Tank Dell.
Tank Dell, dude. It's a sick name though. That's a sick name. So that I mean, he made a move. I don't know if it's the best move, but like it should give him a little more depth. And ETN was kind of hit or miss, fucking Jags running backs. I hope we hear a
Yeah,
jagging off. Like, I can't wait to just
I
jagging off.
I actually was doing a little bit of digging, and I think Travis Etienne has been getting like volume, and I think he's going to have a pretty good season. So we'll see how that goes. I know Fuller was in talks with me for one of my running backs around Mike Evans, and I ended up passing. I just think it has been hilarious with VJ that after the draft, he did not expect the first 3 picks to go the way they did, and he like panicked into McCaffrey after Jamar Chase got taken, and he finished the draft. He's like, I like McCaffrey. I was just flustered after that. I took Mahomes too early. I don't really like the rest of my team. ESPN comes out with the rankings, 12th. ESPN agrees with VJ. All of a sudden, I think ESPN has him as #1 in the league right now, projected. So VJ, I don't know if the
That's a
Arche
fact. I can,
pickup
yeah.
for the 900 is going to be the league winner, but I am with you that there are a lot of eggs in the running back basket right now, and I can't imagine that McCaffrey is going to be putting up 45 every week.
Maybe
I mean,
though.
he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, but he's not getting 4 touchdowns a week.
Dude, CMC's been good since like 2015, right? Like he's been
Yeah,
like
and
the
VJ's
guy,
had him every year.
big CMC guy.
We'll see how he continues to do. And moving on to game number 3, the commission, a little soccer duel. Seems like Bellis has been lost his legs after getting the doctorate. You just kind of gave him the business. I still love that your kicker doesn't have an icon. I just think that's absolutely all time. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but
The third ranked kicker at this point still does not have a picture.
yeah, it's
Scooped off the waivers, folks. I say it
so
every time. Kicker and defenses.
pretty
Wins
low
leagues,
scoring,
right?
pretty low scoring game. Commish, how do you feel getting the win with 101? Are you happy to just get the win? You like got to turn your team. What's the mentality after a 101 win?
I mean, I have 3 wins, and it was 101, 105, and 105. There's no secret that my team is also buns. Um, but what people don't know is that I've been eking out wins while my QB has been getting 9 points a game. So this week we've officially benched Joey B, and we are going with
Jordan Love.
I don't even know his name.
Jordan
J-Lo.
Love, plugging him
I
in.
like the
Jordan
Call him
move.
Love
J-Lo.
from the Packers.
He's been cooking.
Um,
He's been cooking.
I think if I can find my way to 120, something there, I'll be happy. I've got some firepower. Tony Pollard's been quiet because their defense has just been so good, you know. Um, Pittman, he's gonna go off. We've got our Richardson back. Ridley, kind of a wild card. AJ Brown, lethal. Um, we're gonna we're probably gonna lose this week, let's be honest, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I would say you're probably gonna lose this week. That would check out.
Well, like,
Yeah,
let's shift gears and talk about, have we ever seen a -6 before from any team? Like, that is significant.
my
-6 is pretty rough. That would be a good math problem for Romeo to
deep
figure out
stat.
for sure.
Yeah,
Good
I was gonna
deep
say, I'll
stat.
wait for my like 12:30 p.m. message of random facts from Romeo.
We'll do a little deep dive. We recently scraped all of ESPN and have a lot of data to go through, so we'll get back next podcast. There will be an answer. Lowest individual score from a spot at all time. All right, moving on to Billy and Sean. And I gotta say, I'm facing Sean this week. I know he's 3-1. I looked his team over. He's got a bunch of guys. I mean, Daniel Jones, maybe not the best move at quarterback, but Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave, like those are a bunch of guys. And Darren Waller at tight end. I know George is a tight end king, but I think you'd be pretty happy to get your hands on Waller too. And DJ Moore cooked. So Sean's got a pretty good team. I think pretty typical, but certainly scared going up against him this week.
I think what's even scarier is he's made the switch from Danny Dimes to CJ Stroud, and he's a CJ Stroud guy through and through now. And I think we're going to see more points put up. CJ Stroud's, I think he's the first rookie quarterback since it was like the list was like Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, like bunch of studs to have the first 4 games, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So big numbers for fantasy wise. No interceptions is always good. So we'll see how that affects his team. I still think that Billy has a phenomenal team. He just still has no Austin Eckler, and he's on a bye this week. So come week 6, we'll see where Bill ends up. He's just got to keep it together until he gets Eckler back.
George, any thoughts on this one?
Just puzzled.
Yeah.
Just puzzled.
I'm looking. I mean, I've thrown Billy and I have been in talks for several trades. We just couldn't find the alignment. But I mean, I'm reading his team, and yeah, I like it, folks. I
Yeah.
mean, he doesn't have Madison anymore. That's
Yeah, I was
part
gonna
of
say
Yep.
he gave up
one of
Madison.
Did
Let's
he
see,
get
he gave up
Evans? Did he get
Madison.
Lamar?
He gave up Tua as well.
He
It's
got
hard to track kind
He
of
got
where he is
Lamar for
now,
2,
but
I think, right?
no, he got James Conner and Terry McLaurin, and he gave up Tua and
Ooh.
Madison.
yeah.
And we didn't
I
talk
don't know
about
if
it. Sorry, Bellis traded the fucking house to get Lamar Jackson. We had a separate trade segment, but we may as well talk about it now. So Billy has now James Conner, Terry McLaurin, and just take out Alexander Madison and plug in James Conner. When you
Yep.
got him and Austin Eckler, that's a power 1-2 there. And then Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry's inconsistent because it's Washington, but like he's a good plug and play. He's a great flex guy for Christian Kirk. So Billy's team scares the shit out of me. If we want to go back to
Yeah, but like if we're talking week 6, he's going to be scary. So he could be 1-5 at that point.
yeah, it's dicey
Yeah.
because then you have one bad week, you don't make the playoffs, and you're toast.
I think he had like the second
Right,
high
and then
score too, week 1, which is just tough.
and then like I've been there, bottom of the barrel, have to make desperate trades to try and scrape yourself out. And it does not go well. And then that's what propels people like Sean or Nick to a just like championship victory on like rollerblades.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Very true.
Can you go back to Nick's team? Can we just talk about his
Yep.
trade too? Because he gave up the fucking house. Okay, he now has Lamar Jackson at QB, so plug that in. He gave up Jalen Waddle, Jacoby Myers, and George Pickens. So
Yeah.
who is he plugging in? So he's got. Who the fuck is he plugging in, dude?
So he still has Puka?
Yes.
That surprises
Folks,
me.
let's not forget he's playing the long game because he also has Cup. Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I don't
But
think
now
that's good
he's gonna
though,
have
because you can.
both of them though.
They're going to be
so-
competing for target share. Like, I personally would have picked who I thought would have been better and tried to move the one that.
And move the other one.
Yeah,
But,
like if
like,
he
do
were
you
to
start
sell
both of
Puka
them?
right now, I mean he's gonna have to. I mean they also
Well,
they're gonna get all the targets, I guess. So, but
And the other thing here though as well is like every year Stafford gets hurt like midway through the year.
back.
And
But
once Stafford's hurt,
Oh, he's
their
cooked.
value goes
Both of
their
them.
value goes down. Like
That's-
talk about lack of diversification. Nick is or what happens when they face like the Cowboys with a lethal defense and they get goose egged.
right.
Bellis is ride or die with the Rams. You're
Ride or
absolutely
die with
right.
the Rams. It's a bold
I mean,
move,
like
dude.
in his defense, I have 3 Eagles. I could start 4 Eagles players. I could have running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. I just choose not to. But like my diversification is pretty shitty too.
I think if
Right.
you've started all Miami players, I think you'd be undefeated.
It's
Probably
a bold,
true.
Hill,
bold
Waddle,
statement, but-
Archan, Molster, Tua. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but
All right, well, that's it for trades. That's all I got. But
all right. So Barry and Fuller, another just classic matchup. This is when I think of fantasy football, this is like the matchups that I think of. Hope we see these guys again in the playoffs, but a little bit of a low scoring week for both of them. I mean, both kind of carried by their quarterbacks. 10 points. That was pretty much the difference. Pretty mediocre showing with just dominant quarterback play, and Josh Allen was a little bit better than Lamar.
and that caused Fuller to get rid of Lamar. So he said, "Lamar lost me this game. I'm shipping him out." That's it. So
Nah, I appreciate that. Who's his QB though?
that's exactly what I was just gonna say. Who the fuck did he pick somebody up? Oh, he's got Tua. He got Tua and Madison in that trade. So he's
Yes,
running
and he's
Tua.
hanging on to Kyler Murray.
But now, yeah. But what's up with his running back game? So he's like Gibbs has just not shown out, and he's got to have him as his RB1 and Madison as his RB2. I don't know about that move now that I look at it on paper.
I'm looking at his week
Um,
2. I think George said a couple weeks ago, like when Barry was blowing him out for the high, like I'm glad it isn't even a contest. I sweat when I have a week where I'm looking at my bench and I'm like, if I managed a little bit better, I could have eked out that
Yep.
win. Ugh, tough.
No, that's just again, managers manage. That's an advantage of having a shit team. My bench has totaled like 15 points a game combined. It also helps because I have like three
Tight ends.
defenses and two tight ends on there
and
too,
three
and a kicker.
kickers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it helps, but like it is just an easy breezy beautiful. There are no decisions to be made ever.
I love that. Yeah, look at Fuller. If he had played, now he didn't play Tank Dell last week, and Tank Dell balled, and Terry McLaurin stunk it up. Now this week he benches McLaurin, he puts in Tank Dell, vice versa. So
It's like
he just
Terry
said
over any receiver would have been an upgrade, and
that's a
Matt
fact.
over either RB would have like. It's just tough when the high scorer at a position is on the bench.
It's
Brings me
definitely
pain.
tough. So instead he just shipped them out. I mean I respect it. Managers
Yeah.
manage. So we'll see if that works out for Fuller. But yeah,
Dog eat dog world.
I'm loving the picture that Allen's boys has now. It's not a man purse, it's a satchel, and there are Skittles in there. Indiana Jones wears one also. All right, last game. Tito's
Last
Doogies, right?
game.
I'd like to just shout out to Paul right now because Paul is feeling a lot like this fucking Australian bloke by the name of Michael Dingo Russell. That's who he's feeling like. Kamish has confirmed his last name's Russell. Apparently, there were two Michael Russells. All I knew was this guy's name was Dingo. I don't even know if he was really Australian or from Australia, but he ran cross country and he's a fucking weirdo. That's who Paul's feeling like right now. Lowest score that we've seen in years, possibly the lowest ever. I'm not sure. Romeo's for sure has some stats on that, and I think we're
We'll
gonna see
we'll
that
find out.
in a
And
bit.
to
In a bit,
ask,
yeah.
has a team ever gotten -6 before?
Yeah, there we go. What are the chances of that? I mean, throw the kid a bone. My God, at least get him to 60.
Should
Yeah.
have played Justin Fields. I mean, what are you doing against Denver? Come on, no defense being played there. Come on, Paul, manage the
I mean,
game.
I would have played Kirk Cousins 10 out of 10 times there.
On Carolina versus that's because you're a Denver fan. That's bias. That's bias.
Well,
I
Denver
honestly probably
traditionally
would
has.
have gone to Kirk
I
too.
also just think like Kirk Cousins is like just throws haymakers to Justin Jefferson all day long.
That's
Who
fair,
is
but
Justin Field? Name two wide receivers
Mooney, DJ
on.
Moore. There's two. Cole Kmet at tight end. Justin Fields
Yeah, that
Oh,
runs.
doesn't count.
he's a
Justin Fields
Bears
runs.
fan.
I'm actually a closet Bears fan, dude. Fuck the Cowboys. They stink. I'd rather just like a team that's bad that everybody is like, they suck. Justin Fields runs the ball though. I don't know what he actually did this past week, but like, I
He's
mean,
pretty good.
he runs the ball, he throws the ball. Like I feel like he just gets points. Let's see rushing wise. He
Yeah,
only had
I mean, but
25
again,
yards,
so
but
this is a peaceful example of even if Andrew or even if Paul played
it
him,
doesn't matter, right?
he
Right.
he still lost by 50, which is peaceful.
It's
Like
peaceful.
Paul
Yeah.
didn't sweat a minute.
He just
I commend
accepted
him.
defeat. Yeah, I mean, Paul's off to a good start this year. So
He and I are the toilet bros,
you
and
yeah.
we are almost winning.
I love just seeing Fuller tied for last because this kid's done some research. He's all in on fantasy. I can just picture him screaming at the
Dude,
fucking TV.
he's blowing me up like right now about I can't talk about it because it hasn't happened yet, but we are deep into conversations and
On another trade.
I commend his effort because he hits me every hour on the hour saying update, 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 and I am like, yeah, I'm working on it.
Kid wants to get the trades done, and he'll do what it takes,
Yeah.
man. He really does. He got one done. He's already got 5 trades on the year, I believe. He got one with me. He got one with Bellis. and 2 with Bill. So he's got 4 trades on the year, looking for number 5 from the commish. Incredible work from the manager himself, Reality Kings Fuller.
Yeah, he's working hard. He is working hard.
Just trying to get out of the 1 and 3 hole. It's a tough spot to be.
It's kind of like if you were to receive like from that Tim Gavin basketball camp, like you get best passer award. Like that's what he's going for.
He's just trying to get the assist.
Just existing, showing up,
That's
grabbing a
all-time.
Jolly Rancher.
That's an all-time reference.
Great analogy right there.
Wow.
All right, so with the commission first guest, we decided we would do a little game considering on the season the high and the low both happened this week. So we got a little Family Feud style thing. On the board is the highest and lowest score from each season. George, you will need to guess the manager and what year. So for example, guessing Andrew Tyrrell in 2023, pretty good guess. Guessing Paul Burdick in 2023 would be a pretty good guess the other way, but you'll get 5 strikes and you'll name as many as you can. So who had good years, who had bad years, we'll see how you do.
Okay. Are you telling me the year, or am I just saying reeling off? Like, what year are we starting with?
You have to guess you can pick whatever year you want. If you have a year off the top of your head where you're like, oh, this was if you just give me the year and what player you think was good. If you want to start reverse chronological, we can do that.
I'm trying to think. So
we can do it that way. Who, you know this year, right?
Yeah. Well, that one is Tyrrell.
Yep.
Tyrrell and Paul. Tidsbury. Sounds like my dead cat.
Tisbury. Shout out to Tisbury Road.
So we got, and Paul's.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Was in fact.
Is it the lowest of the low?
All time. So.
Somebody edged me out though, so I'm not the highest of the high. Okay.
Tyrrell did not have the all-time high score. There is one score higher.
So we have to get the year too. I feel like it was Sean McMahon.
What year do you think Sean McMahon had it?
2021.
I'm gonna say 2019.
Neither. Okay.
2021 is correct for Sean McMahon.
Let's go.
So, back when he was the Brady Bunch in Week 5, and one thing that is pretty interesting, this was actually Week 4, there was a lot of Week 5 action on both the high and the low side, which I found very abnormal.
Everybody blows their load, both directions.
Yeah.
Okay, so top scorer, I'm going to say Nick Bellis.
Okay. What year do you think Bellis was?
I don't know, probably like all of the other ones. Let's be honest.
It was an odd year because he won the chip in an odd year, so let's go with 2019. 2019
I like 2019 for a big year. COVID years are hard.
Okay, so Bellis 2019 was not correct, but Bellis is on the board for another year, possibly more than one year.
2017 then, because I think he won in 17.
He won. Who won in 2022?
That was May.
Last year, Tyrrell.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. And Romeo won 2021.
2020.
No. Yeah. So you were on 2020. Sorry, 2020.
Romeo might be highest ever.
Oh man, maybe.
This is going to be impossible to guess highest.
All right. So
in year.
What Bellis is on the board? What years do you guys think Bellis is in?
I thought 2017, but that's
not 2017.
No, 2020.
Not 2020.
This is ridiculous.
Just keep on guessing.
2016.
Don't have data from 2016. Starts 18. At 2017.
God damn it.
2018 Bellis is on the board.
For a low. Yeah. You know what I just want to see? I want to see jagging off Aiden as a low 2017. That's what I want to see. Where's that number? I know.
Jagging off is on the board as well.
2017, right?
He did not have it in 2017.
Oh, is it 2018? I thought he was jagging off 17.
No, 2018 is right there.
Damn, I fucked up. So jagging off was not. Wait.
2017.
Wait.
Who had a pretty bad year in 2017?
Oh, that was me. I had to shave my legs.
Oh, it was in fact Tyrell with the second lowest all time.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
And
Natural ice, great.
You
name,
had the
great
lowest
name.
with 55.03, and in week 4 you had the second lowest on the season, and almost one of the lowest all time with 58.08. So you had just back-to-back atrocious weeks, which might Paul at the all-time low is bad. That's far and away the worst all-time 2-week stretch. So we'll have to see how Paul does next week, but he's just got to really eclipse 60 and he's there.
I have faith. I think Paul's going to come out with like 120 next week or this week.
So we'll give you a little hint.
So Jaganoff's got to be 2019 then.
2019 Jaganoff, and did Aiden change his name from 2019 to 2020?
He did. What was his name in 2020 though?
He did not. Jaganoff.
Oh.
2019 and 2020.
He was jagging off for like fucking. How many years was he jagging off?
I think those two, and each year he had the season low, which was
he was just
interesting.
relying on fucking Jacksonville defense, dude. Unreal.
All right, so what do we have left? We have 2022 and 2021.
So who was bad last year? George?
I was pretty bad.
Did you do
But I
the
don't
beer
think I
mile
ever had
last year?
low.
I was talking about this last week. Who did you do the beer mile last year? Or, like,
Yeah,
that was
but I
last
did it at a public track, so I had to do seltzer.
That's so good. So
Which
I
might have
mean,
been worse,
2022, George.
So
No,
one of
I
the
don't-
people here, other than Aiden, has 2 lows all time.
I think it's Bellis. I feel like he sucked.
Or Billy. Wait, we haven't talked about Billy.
Bellis
It's gotta
did
be-
have 2 weekly lows,
yeah.
which is wild. Because he is just a he might have won the league in both of these. Or no, it's the odd years he makes it to the championship.
Only odd years. Only odd
Yeah.
years.
So even
Not
years,
this year, though,
he does
Bellis.
not
Not
do
this
so
year.
great. And this
I
last
agree,
one
I
we
think
got,
Billy. Is it
Tip-
Billy?
typically a pretty good fantasy player, but just had a string of horrific just death.
Sean McMahon.
It's gotta be Sean McMahon.
Might have been the worst week of injuries I think I've ever seen. It was the Lord, James Barry.
The load.
So that is, Paul did have the all-time low, lower than our first season recorded in ESPN. But on the high side, who is up there?
Damn, I don't know, dude. I'm kind of stumped on this. I got nothing.
I think Aiden has been up there before.
Aiden is not on the board.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Romeo 2020 because he won it. You got to be on that board, right?
Romeo
Yeah,
20. I am on the board, but I am not on
Not
2020.
All right,
It's-
well, just tell us which one you are on there for.
I am
Getting
on
the year and the person is insane.
for House Cougans, my first year. Didn't mean to bold that.
Sir Cougans.
And then
2017.
in 2018, hot start coming into the league.
Wow.
We met on Greg's list.
Great name. Great name.
Wow.
And this week
Damn.
11 was the last week of the season. I think Fuller had the weekly high before that. I actually think it was against the game, or this was almost one of the biggest spreads. But so there's 3 people.
All right, there has to be. I think
Nine-
Billy.
nine-
Billy went kind of nuts one year.
Billy is not on the
2019
board, but he has
2022.
a 170 that was not the high of the season.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You guys
so
are
we have
running out of
20
James out here?
20
James is
in
not on the board either.
This is nuts.
VJ? VJ's got to be up there.
VJ,
Christian
the Goombas.
McCaffrey.
The Goombas. The Goombas. Great
Back
name.
in last year,
Those
2022.
Goombas. All right, so 2019 is all we have left.
2019 and 2020.
I think I've
I
won
didn't even see
top
that.
score like 3 times in my career. So I'm not willing to say me.
There might be another person in this call that has another high score.
Viral?
Tyrell
Me?
has also done it twice, but who is
Wow.
the all-time highest scorer? Any guesses?
Bella.
Has not been said yet.
Bella.
Might be the only guy not talked about yet.
Billy.
Not Billy.
Fuller?
Matty Fuller in week 2 in the league-wide highest scoring ever. He came out on top. Everyone
Suck
scored
up your
over
girls'
100
titties.
points. We had an average of 126 points. 4 people went for above 145. Absolutely insane. It was the only 180 score ever. There have been 7 times where someone has eclipsed 170. So these 3, and there were actually 4 more times that are not on here. But Fuller, 186,
Wow. Suck up your
all-time
girls'
high
titties.
score. So,
Good for you. Suck up.
Shout out to Fuller. Reality King.
that
Suck
might have
up
taken
titties.
longer than anticipated. I apologize, but hopefully it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We should have done a multiple choice though, and once we get it wrong,
Yeah.
it's just like show it because we stink.
We'll learn. We'll build on this.
We'll learn. We'll figure it out. Improvise, adapt, overcome.
All right, so moving into next week, first matchup we got after this sponsor from High Noon.
You're welcome. I planted that actually.
Yeah.
How do we not get this view? There's a way to get it with the
Matchup.
projected. Yeah, I think
Go
it's
to scoreboard, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
scoreboard probably.
Scoreboard is
I
what
like
it is.
matchup.
Yeah, not box
Yeah.
score. Nope,
Nah,
it is box score.
Nah. Fake news. Fake news.
Here we go.
There you go.
All right, so myself against Sean. I think I mentioned it that I'm a little bit scared, but what are you guys thinking about this one?
I mean, he's projected a lot higher than you. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, well,
No, projections don't mean anything.
I've got a
That's
couple
fast.
guys on bye. Jonathan Taylor might not play. He might.
it looks
Herbert's
like they
out.
just moved him to out. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
see. I think
Yeah,
Sean's
you're
got a
gonna
good
lose.
team. I'm kind
Sean's
of.
got a solid
you're gonna
team.
lose.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty. He's got good matchups.
You're gonna get murked.
You're gonna get.
I got a
skull-fucked. He's
lot
got
of
good
people on
matchups.
bye. I'm kind of okay ripping off the Band-Aid, getting over it.
Yeah,
Yep.
just take the L.
Yep.
Just hit the parlay that you throw in this week, and that'll be fine.
Make it back on the parlay.
Yeah.
Game number 2, the Kamish and VJ, very close game, 0.6 projected in between. I don't know if this has VJ's trades taken into account, but
That's true.
man,
This is a
The
big one.
first
Battle of
thing-
3-1s.
first thing that just comes to me is Cowboys-Niners might be the NFL game of the week, 2 juggernauts, and Tony Pollard against Christian McCaffrey. Whatever team gets off to a lead, that running back is probably going to score more points if I had to venture a guess. I think if you get behind, you're going to have to throw it. Maybe McCaffrey can make that comeback, but that's going to be an important game, I think, for you guys.
Yeah, and I will say I have 3 defenses. I am playing my Packers defense this week because they play Monday night at 8:15. I don't want to see a negative put on my score early, so my hope is that I'm winning come Monday, and I just don't play the defense. I'll bench
Wow.
them.
I kind of
I
love
like
that move.
That's a bold
So-
strat, Cotton.
All right, Kamish,
Because
question
I
for
don't
you. If you are in a close game winning, but do not have the weekly high, but are in play, do you take the win, or do you go for that weekly high?
Well, I mean, thankfully I won't have to worry about the weekly high knowing my team.
Adventure, you're
But
going to
if
put up
I'm-
about 106 this week.
If I'm in contention for the weekly high, I'm going for it.
I respect that.
Because I have to recoup my donation,
Yep.
and I'm like, what? How many years have we been doing this? I'm like $825 in the hole. So I'd
That's
love
it.
to get.
That's a financial tech brain right there. That quick math right there from G-Lo.
Yeah, I think you got to
yeah.
go for it. I also think you're 3-1, so I think you're in a position where you could.
So is he.
But
Yeah.
all right, game number 3, Tyrol and Trav, both teams at 2-2, but I mean, Tyrell, your team is just loaded top to bottom. And
Yeah,
Your running backs, though, your running backs don't scare me. That's the only thing. I don't know if they should or shouldn't.
Kyren Williams doesn't scare you?
I'm not terrified of
No,
James Cook, admittedly, but
I'm not
Kyron
either.
Williams is
Well,
kind of a guy.
James Cook, I don't.
who even is that guy? Is he new?
Oh
Never heard of
yeah, he
him.
Yeah.
took over. They shipped off Cam Akers, and now he's the guy. I picked him up for $350 off waivers. Best pickup that I've had all year. James Cook only has one touchdown on the year, and he's still putting up pretty solid numbers. So that's why I like him. He's getting good volume. He's getting good numbers. But I agree. Looking at the name, I'm not scared of him. Yeah, Kyren Williams is the guy, though. He's questionable. I don't really know. I didn't see any update that says he's not going to play, but he's got some hip thing going on, apparently.
Thing with James
Yeah,
Cook is.
I mean,
Go ahead, George.
I was just similarly looking at Travis's team. Like his running backs are laughable. His tight ends garbage. He's got strong wide receivers, and he's starting Joshua Dobbs. Like when I see Joshua Dobbs, I think of that cartoon book Calvin and Hobbes every time. So yeah, like Travis' team is a joke this week, I think, unfortunately. Sorry, bud.
I feel like the script is going to be tough too, because I think Travis, like Buffalo, might go up early, and if they do, they're probably slinging the ball to Stephon Diggs. So Travis gets that hope, and they're blowing out Jacksonville, and they just let James Cook run the ball, gets no volume early, and then they're up 3 touchdowns, and they bench Diggs, and it all crumbles.
It all crumbles
Yeah.
for Steph on the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough one. It's looking, Tyrell, you're looking pretty good shape right now.
Denver Broncos, let's ride. Russell Wilson at QB.
There you go.
All right, Paul and Bellis. Bellis really overhauling the team. I think he now has Lamar Jackson, right? Is benching
Yeah, he
Stafford,
does.
I guess. So a little diversity there. Cooper Kupp in. I think he is going to play, so might get some love there. But I know Paul is coming off an all-time low, and his team does not have a lot of saving grace. But I think that the Puka Kupp move could backfire for
Yeah.
Bellis here.
I think you try and get Cup into the mojo and you throw the ball a lot at a rusty player. He has a couple like not a great game. Puka's out of mojo. And then I think Paul can steal this one. I really do. He's got some players in there that I mean, other than Gainwell, because obviously I have Swift, Gainwell can suck a fat one. But like the rest of his team, Najee can be like a bruiser and get a touchdown. AJ Dillon's terrible. Tyreek Hill can go for 50. Tyler Lockett's a gamer. Kittle can kind of go nuts. They'll need him because of that pass rush. Like he'll be getting a lot of checkdowns. I bet you George Kittle goes for like 7 receptions.
Yep.
I could see it happening. Dolphins defense could be Paul's highest scorer this week though.
That's actually a fact. Yeah, actually, I talked to Paul before the game. He told me his team really wants to win this one. So
This looks like our upset of the week. Calling it here. Bellis, watch out.
this is the game of the week for sure. I mean, if Bellis loses and drops to 1-4, that's a tough spot.
Yeah, tough sledding.
Yeah. I told him to just change his fucking name. The rapist has got to go, dude. He's got Lamar at QB now. He's got to change the name. He's not changing it, and he's not winning. I don't know.
That is a pretty good nod. All right, Fuller and Aiden.
Yeah, this one looks a little lopsided. Ooh, is Saquon actually playing?
I had heard that he is, but yeah, dude, Aiden's team is solid, man.
Yeah, Aiden had a good week last week. He's been in the hunt for the high, I think, a couple weeks.
Dude, he's got a loaded team, bro.
Yeah, I vote Aiden's just gonna steamroll Fuller, which will inspire Fuller to do a full overhaul of his team again next week.
He's just gonna he's got a high turnover ratio, dude. He's just sending people out.
He's just trying to find something.
You're out.
Well, he doesn't have Mike Evans anymore either. He just traded him, right?
Right,
He's
yeah.
gone.
No, so he is gonna get James Conner, right? Or no, did he just trade James Conner? I'm
No, he's
No, he
fucking
getting
just
him,
traded
James
him.
Conner, I think, right? Oh
Oh,
no, you're right. He did
no,
trade
he
him.
just traded him.
Are his trades all in? This is his
He's got
team. His trades
Madison.
are all through.
No. He's losing Evans. He just got one done today.
Right, yeah, he's losing Tony Tank Dell and Evans and Pickens, and he's getting Lamar Jackson. That's right. Wait, and then didn't he trade Tua? I can't keep
He
track of
traded
this
Tua.
fucking kid.
Yeah,
This kid's got so many.
yeah, he traded Tua.
Let me look it back again for the fifth fucking time. Okay, he's getting. Does he already have? Oh no, Lamar Jackson, and then he's getting Terry McLaurin and James Conner. That's what I thought. So wait, no, that's already through. I'm fucking stupid. No, we're good. The only thing he's getting is Lamar Jackson, and he's losing Jalen Waddle, Jacoby Myers, and George Pickens. So his
That's a
team is
big.
already.
That's a big give if you already have Tua.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know why he did that.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes. Hey, managers manage.
Yeah, I
He's gonna
mean,
hope for a big week
when
and
you're
flip him
starting 1-3,
again.
I respect the move to try to make something happen. So, yeah, we'll
It's
have to
true.
see how that one plays out. Final matchup of the week, we've got Barry and Billy going at it. Wow, another close projected. Two, is this the high scoring of the two? 110 on the losing side. Pretty high scoring game on both sides.
Yeah, the other one's 112 to 111. So yeah, some tight games this week.
Yeah,
No, I think I think Barry dominates this game, and not only that, I think he gets high score this week.
Ooh, good
ooh.
prediction there. Okay.
I
I'm
think
seeing
Kamara is going to go absolutely nuts.
yeah,
Okay.
Barry's running
Kelsey,
backs.
Kelsey had a bad week. Josh Allen's going bonkers. His whole team's going nuts. Like he's got a lot of big names,
He does.
and
Hopkins,
I think
Kamara, Mixon,
Kelsey,
Kelsey.
he has Keenan Allen on the bench
Yeah.
or
He's got a buy,
whatever on
yeah.
the DK Metcalf.
I'm just saying, dude, if Billy pulls this off and goes to 2-3 and then gets Eckler back, like watch out for this dude. He's playoff bound
Yeah.
for sure.
I feel like Barry's
Yeah,
team running back advantage is a little bit more consistent. I feel like if a team is gonna boom, like Devontae Smith and Terry McLaurin, if they each get like a touchdown or two, could be a
yep,
could be a big one. But yeah, this might be the match of the week. Pretty important game for both of them.
agreed.
Sweet. All right, and now on for our final segment. We want to get everyone out of here with a classic parlay. This one heavily inspired by the commish. There's a little discussion beforehand. Not everyone might be in full agreement. Someone might be hedging against this, but most of us will be riding with this awesome. What was it? Bet five to win 100.
Six. And I don't use the L word lightly, but it's a lock.
Is it? You heard it here. This is a lock. You
It's
want
a
to run
lock.
us through it?
I mean, we've all got eyes. We can read it. It's Buffalo Bills money line. It's Ravens -3.5. Dolphins are going to blow the doors off. You want to make some money? Do like Dolphins -25. Like they will thrash the Giants. Eagles money line. 49ers. I know Tyrell, we had a little dispute here. I just don't think. I think, as I said, the only way that the Cowboys win is if McCaffrey breaks his ankle. And then I gotta go for Joey B. Like I need some life from him. He was my 37th pick overall, and he is absolutely atrocious. I went Joey B, J.K. Dobbins. Both of them apparently have a torn Achilles because they're that useless. So
Incredible bet from the commish there. I am abstaining from the 49ers Cowboys altogether. 5 to win 72. I fucking love the bet though.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. I love that the Dolphins got the nod in there. I think that a lot of the money lines are a lock. The only one that could be tight is the Niners Cowboys, but I also think that the Niners are just an absolute wagon right now. And I think the one
yep.
that I'm most scared about would be Bengals Cardinals, but I'm with you that I feel like the Bengals got to turn it around. I think they're not quitting on the postseason yet, and if they're gonna make the postseason, they got to get a win here.
Gotta beat
I
Arizona.
mean, they're paying him enough money that he's got to show his value.
Yeah. We lost money on the last 2 parlays we did with the Bengals, correct, Romeo?
The Bengals
Oh,
and the
the-
fucking Steelers have cooked us, but
Yeah.
Oh, third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
we
This is
are
it for the
fading the
Bengals.
Steelers now. Ravens
Fade
gonna
the
blow them
Steelers.
out.
I didn't even know you faded, or I didn't even know I was fading them. But there you go.
Yep, huge.
Yeah. So yep, that is, you heard it here. Absolute lock. Get in on it. League wide bet, and that'll give up the recap for week number 4.
Mish, congratulations. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Congrats.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. This was a treat.
Glad
Good
you
luck.
enjoyed
I'll
it.
talk to y'all later.
All right, signing off.